Let's take a quick tour of how the first game announcer tool supports events using Cheesy Arena. First off, you have to choose an event, and of course, I'll get nothing for this one, Sunset Showdown, because I know that it's using Cheesy Arena. Now, I do have a Cheesy Arena running with some fake data, so just know that what you're going to see is not Sunset Showdown, but it's an example of an event that uses it. If you are on the same network as Cheesy Arena, and that's really important, you have to have your iPad or whatever device you're using for GA Tool on the same network as Cheesy Arena, you will see this toggle. So this will appear when you're on that same network. And if I want to use Cheesy Arena, all I've got to do is turn it on. So we'll turn it on, and then I'm going to refresh my schedule. And this is going to trigger a whole bunch of activities in the background. So this is going to first pick up the schedule. So you'll see now it's green, but there's also some additional activity running here. And what we're doing is we're getting the team data out of the schedule, and then it will also pick up the ranks out of Cheesy Arena. And from the schedule, it will derive the announce and the play-by-play. Playoffs right now is a little bit janky. We may have to do some work on that. And of course, awards are there. Stats aren't working because the stats page is a service right now, and I've got to think about how to resolve that. But in the meantime, here's your schedule, and it's going to show you all the teams that are participating in this particular event. We don't have, I've got 6 teams, so it's really not a a good event, but it's there, and Cheesy Arena does support that. So we've got all the teams. It shows you who won, who lost. It even shows you some of the score details coming out of Cheesy Arena. So I'm not interpreting what those things mean. However, it does show that to you. Excuse me, if you want to see it. The team list is here, and it's going to pull those teams. It's also going to pull anything. The green stuff is what's been provided by the game announcers out there in the world over the course of this prior season. So you'll have access to that as well. This is the rankings from the event. This will help you to figure out who who your top teams are and who your bottom teams are. If you want to announce, here's your announce screen. Everything is the same as far as GA Tool is concerned, and then also your play-by-play. So if you want to go to the next match, it's going to find the next match, and then of course as your rankings evolve, all of this stuff here in the stat section will change, which is great. You get all the way down to the end of it, and then it will also run alliance selection. So right now it's in playoff mode, and of course these playoffs don't make any sense because of the number of matches, and this is one of the things we got to figure out. But it does show, it will show alliance selection. So when you get to the end of quals and it has data for quals, it will know that we have that it's ready for alliance selection. Of course, you always have these tools available to you straight from Cheesy Arena if you're using Cheesy Arena. So it has its own game announcer view. It has its own alliance selection. So you're always covered at any of those events. But if you do want to use the first game announcer tool, it's available for you here.